Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, whoever you are, college football is so exciting, always. But today is another day. And we've got, already this week, we've got two top 10 teams who are probably no longer going to be top 10. I don't think they should be after what's happened already. And I'm not even talking about Georgia, Alabama, if you're watching this after that game, because right now as I'm recording, we're not even at halftime of the afternoon games. Okay, the early morning games, the early slate just finished, and I've got to talk about number 7 Miami, who played Friday night, and I got to talk about number 6 Ole Miss, who just lost. Okay, Miami didn't lose, but they probably should have. It was a very, very, very way too close game for the Hurricanes, especially when you consider it's at home. Come on. And the same thing with Ole Miss. Both teams at home, and they just did not look like top 10 ranked teams. Come on. Ole Miss has been dominant all season long so far, and have done their thing. Same with Miami. Both teams have been very dominant to start the season, and both teams haven't been tested too much. Miami, this was really their first test, but it was against an unranked Virginia Tech team who was 2-2 coming into the game, with losses to Vanderbilt and Rutgers. Are you kidding me? You just earned your top 10 ranking, and now you fumble the bag that hard? I mean, of course, again, I keep acting like Miami lost, but they did not. It came down to the final play, final seconds, game of inches. We know it is, but come on. Come on, did you see it? Did you see the play? You saw the play by now, whether you watched the game or you just are on social media one time. You saw that Hail Mary play, and it was ruled a touchdown. Was it a touchdown? In my opinion, no. I think the right call was eventually made when they reversed it, but am I reversing that call as an official? Probably not. Probably not, okay? That was a too close to call. There was not indisputable evidence, but I do think it was the right call. Come at me if you want. Come at me if you want. I saw the ball come bobbling a little bit. It landed on the player, on the Virginia Tech number 9. Forgot his name right now. But I don't think he really secured that ball before it was ripped out of his hands and Miami walked away with the ball. I don't know. That's neither here nor there. No matter what, it was not a very convincing game from the number 7 ranked team in the nation, especially when you have the Heisman favorite right now in Cam Ward. Cam Ward did not play his best football. He still did okay, right? He still put up nearly 300 yards. I think he finished with 288 or something like that, and a couple touchdowns. 5 touchdowns, right? 4 touchdowns, 1 rushing, something like that. I can't remember. Should have looked at the stats. But 2 turnovers. 2 turnovers were what really killed the Hurricanes in this game and made it close. Kyron Jones also needs to be shout out because he played lights out football in Miami on a Friday night. Looked really, really good and let the nation know who he is. All right, we know he's Cam Ward's cousin, whatever, but he looked like a really, really good quarterback in this college football league. And also, Virginia Tech showed the real versions of themselves, the tough as nails, the willing to do the hard work kind of team. They got after the quarterback several times. It was a really, really good game defensively for the Virginia Tech Hokies, and it wasn't bad on offense either. Okay, they were leading most of this game. All right, Miami started out quick. They were up 14-7, and then Virginia Tech put on the gas and never looked back until the end, where Cam Ward had to make a last-second drive, or a late-game drive. All right, put the ball in the end zone to Cam McCormick, took the lead, but then there was still time for Kyron Jones, only down by 4. But of course, we know how that ended up with that controversial Hail Mary at the end of the game. So take it as you will. I don't know. It just was not a very convincing win for the number 7 team against an unranked opponent. Should they be top 10 still? I think they probably will be, especially now that we have to consider this loss that Ole Miss just got at the hands of Kentucky. Another unranked 2-2 team at home. Jackson Dart is up there for the Heisman candidacy as well. These two teams are very similar. Again, they're 6-7, so they should be, right? Come on, bro. Ole Miss had another close game earlier in the season. I forget which one, but it wasn't. They dominated the first couple games against some nobodies, right? Don't get me wrong. Jackson Dart looked really, really good, throwing up for 5 touchdowns in the first 2 games each, I think, right? But come on, bro. Come on, bro. We can't be this dominant. We cannot be this dominant and then just not look good. Just flat-footed. They both teams were very flat-footed. They weren't playing with their swagger of football. Now, Miami was a little bit different because it was really just being shaken. But come on, bro. And again, the difference with Miami is also that their offense still put up a solid amount of points. Ole Miss defense did its thing, but their offense did not. Jackson Dart did not have his greatest game. Look no further than that. If you were watching this game, there was an opportunity in the fourth quarter on the final drive, which eventually ended in a missed field goal because, again, they lost by 3. They had a 48-yard field goal attempt, and they shanked it wide left. Wasn't even close. Never had a chance. And, of course, this kicker, it doesn't seem like Coach Lane Kiffin even had any confidence in this kicker to make this kick because he thought about going for it on 4th and 7. And I don't know. I thought it was an easy kick. I mean, we've seen a lot of college kickers hit 55-plus this season, and this kicker was not confident at all from 48 in a crunch time situation. Again, that kick was never even close. But a couple plays before, let's rewind. All right, there is a 3rd and 11, and then you see a Kentucky defensive lineman jump just a little bit early. All right, he jumped. He tried to get back, couldn't. Ref caught him. We saw the flags come. And what does Jackson Dart do? He just scrambles for a couple yards and then fumbles the ball. All right, and Kentucky clearly recovered the football, which would have ended the game right there had it not been for that offsides penalty. Why? If you see that offensive offside penalty, you know you got a free play. Why is the quarterback running it? Come on, bro. You got to pick up this first down. You got to at least make it close. Chuck the ball down the field. Jackson Dart has the elite arm strength. We know he can do it. We know he has the weapons, especially if you watched just a couple plays before on that 4th down play. That big old tight end, forgetting his name right now, but he went up and got it on a pretty good Jackson Dart throw. Not great though, so the tight end had to go make up for it. All right, why aren't we doing that again? But no, we're running for it and we're fumbling the football away and we're just bailed out by an offsides penalty. Come on. Again, I also think that we could have made that kick a little bit closer by running the ball on 3rd down. We did a little swing pass and they got a couple yards, but I think we could have found something else. All right, both defenses in the Ole Miss Kentucky game, hats off to you. Played really, really, really good football. Really good football. The offenses were both a little disappointing. Of course, Kentucky wasn't terrible. It's just a good defense on Ole Miss side. But Jackson Dart and the Ole Miss offense should not be slowed down by... Again, it is a good Kentucky defense, don't get me wrong, but it ain't good enough where we should only score 17 points in a ball game. That offense is too good to be held to 17 points. And so, yes, it is just a very disappointing performance from 2 top 10 teams. And again, we got a lot of college football left to be played today. Again, we got number 2 Georgia versus number 4 Alabama in America's Game of the Week coming up here soon. And it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Again, that's going to shake up our top 10 as well. I don't think either team is going to drop out of the top 10 with a loss, especially if it is Georgia on the road, right? That's a tough situation to go into Tuscaloosa. But I don't know. Let me know what you think. What do you think? How far is Ole Miss going to slip? Is Miami going to slip at all? I mean, that is a question because they did win the football game. They didn't look real good while doing it, but they did win the football game, so they're probably not going to drop too far. But again, they have had no competition so far. The best team they've played is a Florida team before this Virginia Tech team, who hasn't looked very good either. We thought they were going to be better when we saw Cam Ward and Damian Martinez and the rest of them dismantle that Florida defense. But it wasn't. Florida hasn't proved to be real great either, with only 1 win under their belt as of right now. You tell me, though. You tell me, who are your top 10 teams in college football? Put them down in the comments below. And if there's a team that you want me to talk about, put it down in the comments as well. I'm here to talk some college football. I'm here to talk NFL football. Subscribe if you're new around here, because that's what we do. We just talk some football. I hope you enjoy it.